What's going on, IP family? It looks like Target, despite the boycotts, has filed a number of trademark applications, I should say, with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. We're going to take a look at the article, and I am going to let you know my thoughts as a 10-year intellectual property attorney. For those of you who don't know, I am Dave, and I deal with patents, copyrights, trade secrets, as well as trademarks. And it seems like Target may have or is following suit, I should say, with many other retail companies with their own private label. And I'll tell you what, man, I just actually had some shrimp scampi from the Sam's Club. I think Member Mark is their private label. And hey, no private labels be good from those kind of retail stores. I know Myers, for those of you in this great state of Michigan, I forget what their private label is called, but I know Sam's Club is definitely Member Marks. Seems like Target has their own private label that they're continually growing, which it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out long term. We all know your typical, whether it's for example, in the beverage, you got the Gatorades. Let's see here, you got the Capri Suns, those national brands, but all these retailers, whether it's Sam's Club, whether it's Costco, whether it's Target, whether it's Meijer, Kroger, they have their privately owned brands, which not only I don't really taste comparable to the national brands, but they are a lot of times of a fraction of the cost because they don't have to essentially, typically when you are, for example, a Gatorade, you're selling it to Myers or selling it to Sam's Club, you have to pay Sam's Club for that. So you have to kind of mark it up a little bit. Whereas, again, if you're Sam's Club, you don't have to pay nobody because it's your own brand. So a lot of times those privately owned brands from the retailers are a fraction of the cost, but also they're kind of comparable in taste. Let me know if you agree with that, if you disagree with that. From my experience dealing now with some stuff, if it's one private brand one national brand that I'm not going to go, or one food item I would not go away from, it is more of a condiment, is ketchup. I've tried the off-brand ketchups. You guys have to let me know if you agree with me in the comment section, but no ketchup hits like Heinz. We all know Heinz is a national brand that you get in those retailers such as Sam's Club, Costco, Myers, Kroger. And I've tried many off-brand ketchups, or private brands. I shouldn't call them off-brands, private brands, and nothing compares to the Heinz ketchup. But most other private label products, food product, condiments, they're kind of a lot of times comparable in taste to the national brand that we all know and love, but also, it's a fraction of the cost. So again, as I pull up this article, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. So let's see here. Target tops trademark filings amid private label growth. And it'll be interesting on whether or not they start taking less of the national brands, given that they are selling so much of their own private stuff where, let's face it, the margins are going to be a lot better. The retailers, they filed 525 trademark applications this past year alone. Let me say that again for the people in the back. They filed 525 trademark applications in 2024. It seems like Target got some big things on the horizon, I can tell you that. 525 applications is crazy. They let all companies, Audi, Walmart. I'm not sure what this fourth, Little. And let me know if in the comments, where is Little at? I've never heard Little in Michigan. We definitely don't have those. But obviously, I heard Audi. I think that's a German company, if I'm not mistaken. Then Walmart. Man, I forget what Walmart's their private label is. Let's read this article here really quickly. It's been tough sledding for Target the past couple of years as the retailer has seen sales lag behind those key competitors. But the shining star across the company has been the continued growth of its private label products. The Minneapolis-based retailer earlier this year announced that more than 600 new items from its Good and Gather and Favorite Day owned brands will launch in 2025. I obviously didn't realize that Target was a Minneapolis or a Minnesota company, but it seems like their privately owned brand is Good and Gather and Favorite Day. Now, I have to be honest with you guys. I typically don't shop at Target for food. Normally, I do Myers, Sam's Club, or to a lesser extent, Costco. I typically don't, shop at Target for food, more so clothing and toys, things of that sort. But let me know if you have tried the Good and Gather or the Favorite Day brands from Target. Is it comparable to the real things? So if you're getting peas, if you're getting the carrots, if you're getting, heck, whatever products that they sell under the Good and Gather and Favorite Day, is it comparable to the national brands that you all or we all love and know and love? New brands and brand refreshes are a key tool for helping us meet consumers' need. Okay, the effort to expand its private label assortment is also a key factor in the retailer topping the list of companies filing trademark applications in the USPTO. A recent report in the Minneapolis Star Tribune revealed that Target has filed 525 applications with the USPTO in 2024. Man, that's crazy. Currently, Target has more than 40 private brands that accounted for 31 billion. And so it seems like they're definitely growing their private brand repertoire, again, which is accounting for 31 billion in sales in the past year. I'm assuming they're talking about in 2024. Target is not alone in its efforts to file trademarks. In 2024, Audi has had 255 applications, Walmart had 211, and Lidl had 107. So it seems like all these brands are filing these trademark applications at a high clip. The motivating factors behind the trademark applications of the three were not clear, but the product assortment at Audi and Lidl largely consists of private label products. Walmart, which carries a broad selection of national brands and own brands, has in recent years expanded its private label assortment, with the most notable adding being its Better Goods own brand. So it seems like Walmart has a Better Goods. I definitely don't shop at Walmart. And I can tell you what, it's not necessarily the food that the people, it's a different experience. You go to Walmart and go to a Kroger or Walmart and try with a Meijer here in Michigan, man, that experience is completely different just based on the crowd. As of early July, Target's private label assortment has grown with the addition of its Good and Gather Collabs assortment, which is focused on developing products with renowned chefs. The first line of frozen pizzas and appetizers with James Beard Award-winning chef Ann Kim is stores in March. I think that's what this was. Ann Kim. But actually, I had did something with the kimchi dumplings. That was another. It was the Korean inspired pork and kimchi dumplings. They got a trade. They actually have a trade dress on the dumplings. Is more of a circular shape as opposed to the original dumpling that's kind of long. Oh yeah, I definitely did that. And this is from a Korean company, so it seems like they're partnering with the Korean company. Oh, that's cool. So the brand was expanded in June with the debut of Carolina-style appetizers, snacks, and sauces developed with James Beard Award-winning Pittsmaster Ronnie Scott. In April, Target debuted its Good Little Garden Floral own brand, so it seems like they're selling flowers other than the Good Little Garden, offering more than 60 options across seasonal and everyday assortments of fresh, colorful blooms and plants. Prices in the new assortment started at $6 for a bouquet of fresh cut roses, tulips, carnations, and mixed flowers. So that's pretty much it. Now, I will say this. I don't think the national brands clearly aren't going away because, obviously Target, Walmart, they have to have competition. And then, like I said, me personally, I'm never buying any off-brand ketchup. So I definitely have to have the Heinz ketchup. But you definitely want to have kind of more of an assortment. But, I think this is a little bit slight of a cost concern for the national brands, because a lot of times those national brands are not, they rely on those retailers to sell their product. For example, Heinz, you're not going to a Heinz store to get all the Heinz product. Heinz is relying on the Costco, the Walmart, the Sam's Club, the local grocery stores to carry the product. And as these retailers such as Target, Sam's Club, Walmart, as they continue to kind of grow their private brand, like I said before, a lot of times the private brand is kind of a lot of times comparable to the taste of the national brand, but more importantly, the cost is a fraction of the cost, so that the consumer, you and I, are saving more money. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the long term when you compare the national brands compared to the retail brands, the privately owned brand by the retailers. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Shouts out to Target. 525 trademark applications is still crazy work, in my opinion. I'll continue to monitor this situation and kind of see how things unfold as these private brands continue to grow. As I said before, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Take care.